If you all think that's the best option.
Neu Neutral Fume is an interesting character. Oh.
Marvelous. We'll be here all day. But for that one,
Alright, let's get started with that one. And then when it's been, like, 4 hours and the stream's over, we'll come back and start the session. None of that.
please stop.
Well, we're opening who remembers what happened last time? Ooh, spooky.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of fume happened. And Raw feels responsible for her current condition.
That is
It's
because Ra is
okay. Don't
responsible for her
feel bad.
condition.
I mean, Raw feels responsible, but he's like before being dismissed, he was like the cult. If you go after the thing that has her soul, summon me. I want to give it a good hiding and put things right effectively. Also, I can't remember. Did Fireball get the other crown?
Not gotten it yet.
He has what? Oh, so he's got the gem that will help him get it. Okay, I couldn't remember. In the
No,
other way.
don't set it to. I've accidentally set this character's intelligence to 80. That's not good. Someone with more intelligence than is possible shows up. They utter that one word that just kills you when you hear it.
the wo- the foul word that kills gods.
But yes. So you guys are vibing on the ship. Uh,
And I'm
everything is
vibing in another extra dimensional plane.
true.
Vibes can't get too strong. I don't want them to rock the boat.
Also true. Well done, Fume. Try it.
Probably worth a try.
He's like, yeah, sure, give it a shot. You know, if you ask
It
for
is just
things,
the happiest. It is just the happy orb.
like if you ask for things, I might say yes sometimes.
It's like being in the SCP Foundation and asking to let out the tickle monster. People will just be like, "Yeah, sure." We are
Okay,
we are track. Yeah, sorry.
very neutral Fume. You're
Yes,
really happy.
I just have this like rictus grin as I'm holding the orb.
No.
I feel very happy.
We need to get the other half of her back. What do you mean you don't know which is worse? Oh,
Just
nah,
like staring
I'm
at
with you
you,
there. Me neither.
staring at you relatively vacantly with a massive grin,
Oh,
laughing mechanically at anything that sounds like it could possibly be a joke.
I'm gonna go train until we get to our destination.
Just smiles
Eh.
harder at you.
Sounds good.
Ben, we are tracking down where the Black Crown thing went, yeah?
Ben's like, bro, it's in an extra dimensional space. We can go there whenever we want, but like,
Bunch
you
of you
know,
are heavily exhausted, then you should probably rest up before you go and try and save me.
Yeah, this is true. Court was at like 3.
accurate.
In that case, if we have like a day free, even though Court is like really wanting to help Fume, but at the same time, not really going to help her if we end up half going in half cocked. Also, he's like really hurting. He'll just summon Ra, ask him to go to his domain, do some more artifact slash key training with Ra, as well as go fix. Kind of got hit with Blackfire again.
Oh, don't worry, I got you, bro. Fix
Also, I
stuff.
will note. I wanted to note that it does hurt to hold a very rictus grin for a long time. I have been doing it despite the fact that no one can see me.
You're just so happy though, even
It-
though you're in pain and things are terrible. You're happy.
Pain is the sign of true happiness.
Oh,
All the water elementals, basically most of the demon, nearly everyone, really. Yeah, yeah, sure. At least all of the demons that belong to you, and most people on the ship are pretty willing to go.
Uh, Fume will be wandering around in all this time, uh, creeping people out with her grin and mechanical laughter. Not meaning to, but just trying to be helpful, and it just doesn't work out.
Aw.
so I guess now there's even more people who are just like, yes, take me somewhere else, please.
Get me out of here
Get me out of here.
quickly.
I don't want that to happen to me.
In some cases, it's not that they want to leave; they're just scared of what Fume currently looks like.
I mean, I was thinking it's more a case of what if that happens to me? Get me out of here, just in case.
As they all just start making their way there. But some people are a bit hesitant, but then they see all the really powerful demons going in that direction, and they feel safe with the demons.
Why is everyone leaving? I was so happy with everyone.
Oh, the level nothing characters will then be like, "Yeah, that sounds fun," and the Baylor will go with them because teaching.
If Colt is back at this time, then Colt will just like tap the bell and just be like, "You make sure everyone's well trained, yeah."
Yeah. My students will surpass
Fist bump.
yours.
Sorry.
He's like, my students will surpass yours. They'll get
Yeah,
you.
that'll be the day, but keep trying, buddy.
Well, do it.
Fist bump to the massive fist.
He does give you that fist bump, and then he just turns to them. It's like, right, time to double your usual training regimen, and they all look terrified. Sure.
And also for someone to look after Fireball.
Amare is moderately interested. She'll
Oh
send a
god.
couple over there. But not, not to definitely super watch her and make sure she doesn't do anything suspicious.
Has anyone seen Fireball? I need to apologize to him for something.
Look, the last time I saw Fume, they wanted to eat me. I'll go back once I'm not completely knackered. Yes, please. T- tell Fume that I forgive her. But no, where's the demon called Belinda gone?
Do you mean Bethany?
No, Belinda. I've named one of the helper demons Belinda.
Oh.
No. It's just Fireball in his own mind has called one of the demons Belinda because he got bored.
All of the demons are like, there's no one called Belinda around here.
Yeah.
Some Silent Hill looking shit right there.
He's one of the ones who serves you, and he says, my name's not Belinda. Please don't make me talk to him. Is that an order? Sonia, please don't. Oh no.
Hey, Belinda! Get over here!
Hello, Fireball.
You know, you're always so kind. You're always so kind to me.
Open wide, please. We've got to test the temperature.
Okay.
1,500 degrees centigrade, that's a bit low.
Mm.
Do you want to try? Do you want to buy some drugs?
I am very happy that he has forgiven me. I will now go stare at that wall.
Also, Fume, there's
Wall funny.
there's a fire elemental just sort of chilling, unconscious over there, and you're still hungry for fire elemental, as neutral as you are.
I walk towards it.
It is unconscious, so is that your mercy?
Is anyone else watching?
Yeah, there's people around.
I will sit down and stare at the wall
Okay, very happily.
until everyone gets bored and stops looking at me, and then I'll eat the fire elemental.
Roll me sleight of hand. What's everyone's passive perception?
You're
I mean,
training.
I was gonna say I'm away training.
mine's 17.
You're also not there.
What's
I
yours,
can see
Kenya?
through the barriers, damn it.
Hey, do you want to hear a real funny joke?
Mm-hmm.
My microphone wasn't on.
Were you recording your own voice?
That's what I mean.
Alright, good. Probably turn that on.
I have.
Sounds like it's something you need.
That's why I wasn't responding to you, because I was quickly sorting that out.
So, what's your passive perception?
I don't know. I'm gonna guess 14, and then I'm gonna look for my sheet.
I would like it to be lower than that.
I'd be 12 maybe. Oh my Christ! It's 17.
Okay,
so
you
very
see
good.
Fume attempt to eat a fire elemental.
Yeah.
Hey Fume, everything good?
Yes, everything is fine. Nom, 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 nom.
Okay.
Oh god.
So you do nothing to stop this.
No, but what Sonia will do is she will leave and go into the server room and ask our lovely Geordie bot, could you just download me a copy of that security footage just so I can make sure to warn Fireball that everything may not be super peachy keen.
Hey, done it.
Thank you.
A tiny little like memory stick card just goes snicked out of like the side of like Ben's computer.
Nom, 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 nom.
Hey, Fume. All of a sudden, inside of you, you feel a fire ignite inside you. It burns brightly. And you can almost visualize the plane of fire, like where you grew up. In the few moments that you got some freedom outside, looking at the vast plains of fire. It's beautiful. It reminds you of the very few good times of your youth.
And then
Nom, 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 nom.
after recalling that 1 minute of happiness, you're out of good
Yeah.
memories.
Your spells are now fiery again.
That is useful. I am glad that my spells have all returned to normal.
Hey Fume, all good? Don't need to eat any fire elementals anymore?
Do I still feel hungry for fire elementals?
Roll me either insight or arcana. I'll let you choose.
Who?
Fume.
Okay. That's a very good arcana.
You believe that you could hypothetically get more powerful by eating fire elementals, but you wouldn't need to eat any more to make your spells better.
I look up and in a monotone voice be like, say, my spells are fire again, but I could become more powerful if I feed on more elementals. But it is no longer strictly necessary.
Well, that's good to hear.
Rictus grin.
I'm happy for you.
Like
I am also ecstatic.
theoretically, like if you eat enough, you might even become a fire elemental. Might be that fiery, but you know, you'd probably have to eat a lot more.
Takes notes
That'd be a
on
thing.
what I'd be telling Fireball.
But yeah, it's not strictly necessary anymore.
The hunger has faded.
But the taste remains.
Have you ever tasted fire elemental?
No, I don't think so.
Highly recommended.
Neat. Anyway, sort of like 2 days will pass if anyone has any objections or anything they want to be doing during that time.
So that's 2 levels of exhaustion go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colt is just going to train more, and take yours going to still be trying to figure out the anti-reality stuff. Did you say that you figured out the armor at least?
He has not yet, unless he goes to MF for help.
Can you not just figure it out yourself with rules?
He can. It will just take time. Like it will take a fair amount of time.
Do you want
If
us
you,
to roll again, or
I mean, you can keep rolling, but it will just take you a fair while to do.
yeah, he's just going to keep on tinkering with it.
Sure. Because it's like you could just go to the person who knows how to do it, and they could explain how to do it, or you could just keep tinkering and figure it out.
Yeah, but
And-
she hasn't like made a weapon out of it though, yet.
True.
Which is what she's trying to figure out how to make the lightsaber work with it.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah, but-
prioritizing the armor first.
it's the armor. She has made the armor, and she could explain to you how how to do the armor, but it would take much less time if you had someone who's already done it. But it would.
Actually, yeah, he'll just ask her about the armor. Then he'll just flip up his usual little like Microsoft Word assistant icon on a screen in a lab. Just be all like, "Hey, can I get a rundown on how that armor works? Like, I want to integrate it into my cell."
Sure, give me an Arcana roll with advantage for TKO.
In this time,
21.
can Fireball be working on more fire spells?
Yeah,
Like in the 2 days?
yeah. You give me an Arcana roll, Fireball. With Amer's help, you've started. Oh, nice. You do really well at making whatever spell you want to make. What spell do you want to make? If you don't have anything right now, you can just say you're doing like general research towards something and then decide later. Or if you want, you can just tell me what you want right now.
Yeah. So like the howling tempest from the like lots of little like bolts. Essentially like thingy, but the thing that warlocks get.
Firestorm.
No, not warlocks. The cantrip that they spew out.
Oh, Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
What's the one where it shoots out multiple beams? Of,
I
like
mean,
multiple.
Eldritch Blast fires multiple
Are
beams
you talking
anyway.
about Magic Missile? Or Scorching Ray?
No, because Eldritch Blast does fire. It doesn't up the damage dice. It fires more projectiles the more you level up.
Yeah.
And then if you get any sort of means of casting a cantrip more than once, be it magic items or class abilities, you can double up the number of beams fired.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to our level, you're firing 4 beams per cast.
Just I was thinking about something like that, but more powerful than that,
Sure.
like a leveled spell version of that.
You make significant progress towards that goal.
But obviously, fire version.
Yeah. And Tikio thinks he's nearly figured out the armor. It won't take too much longer with Emma helping. It's mostly just working out some slight kinks and stuff that, like, he thinks do need sorted because if he slips up slightly, then it might like just erase his arm.
I mean, yeah, him being a warforged, he does kind of integrate it into his body.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like they
it,
don't really wear armor per se; they just
yeah,
meld
yeah.
it into themselves.
Like
Uh,
it's coming along nicely. It's just you want to be safe with it.
No,
Uh,
Amer's got just inside her to work out her kinks.
True. But
Ick.
yeah, you 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 make very good progress as well. Much faster than without Amer's help.
Mm. Awesome.
Cool.
Hey, Raw, how's the key training coming?
Ra will
How are
be.
you doing? Do you need anything?
I'm trying to do this in a way where it'll be easier to teach you how to do it, if that makes sense. But it's real hard. But I think I have an avenue to pursue where I'd start getting somewhere with it.
Ooh, I know another spell that Fireball might want, but a fire version of it.
But eventually, Ben would say that you guys have arrived. On just seems to be some random planet.
Ypsilon 5.
So are we
Uh,
fixing Fume first or going after that first? Because
I,
if our times chasing these artifacts have taught me anything, it could take a while.
True.
If we start going after that thing now, or do we want Fume assisted first?
Well,
But cool. Roll
Yes.
perception.
Yeah.
You see the image that Ben has up on his like little view, like his little monitor, effectively, of the planet.
Uh-huh.
It looks very familiar to you.
Leans in closer.
It like you recognize a mountain range, that you used to sort of hang around, with your clan in.
He just like looks at the screen. He's just his eyes widen slightly and like his shoulders are sort of sagging. He's just like, no way, and just gazes at the screen.
Ben's like, yeah, sir. It's just some random unmarked planet. It's weird that one's here.
That unmarked planet is my home.
Oh.
That's where I came from. And he just like sort of like swallows his like potential of like,
Well, that's good. We should be able to make contact with some of the locals then, right?
yeah. And we've done some proper honest adventure work since I joined your crew. So he looks like slightly nervous, and he's like, so maybe news has traveled here as well.
I mean, maybe it's not. This planet really isn't like marked as like connected to space very much, but
Oh,
This-
it's not. The first time I left here, it was, one of those like old school I assume they're old school spelljammers where they just look like a boat.
yeah.
It
This-
was it was on one of those. I thought it was a genuine ship, and then next thing you know, oh no, we're freaking off into space.
Yeah, there's been a couple of reports about like that. I think 4 or 5 people have landed on the planet before.
Yeah, the one I jumped on was called the Sky Dancer. Don't know if that means anything to you, but
No, it's one of the first ones. There's not much information about it.
yeah,
Okay.
it seemed kind of, what's the word? Maybe rudimentary in a sort of like they started with a boat and then adapted the magic.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to use your orb thing. Can I use your head bracket thing?
sure.
He's going
Uh,
to use the divination sphere to look for his clansmen to see if they are still on like he's gonna be specific, like location specific as well. So he's gonna ask for like a long way view of like where they are, as well as like the he's gonna concentrate on like if they're on a mountain plain or if they're in like a town or something.
okay.
But
You. Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
15.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
I can't remember
Uh,
what the save is.
You peer through space, and you see, uh, like various members of your clan wandering around some mansion, effectively. You'd guess they're being like they've recently done some service for the local like lord, and he's putting them up for a couple of days. That would be your vague guess, but you don't
Make,
know. You just see them wandering around and like
makes sense.
saying
That's
hi
what we
to
used to
staff.
do. Makes sense. That's what we used to do. Um, you know how come you said with the power artifact when I use minor illusion it just works.
Mm-hmm.
Colt is gonna like take the thing off, like after looking.
But by the way, one of your eyes is now in there.
Oh god damn it!
It blinks back at you.
God damn it!
But Ben
Could-
just like press button, gives
Could
eye.
Could I? But it doesn't matter because that is exactly the same. So I'll keep that portent, I guess. Okay, I'll deal with this problem later. Sticks it in like Thor from Endgame style or Infinity War, whichever it was, where it like I assume the tech eyes are like virtually indistinguishable from normal eyes.
Yeah. You can change it so that they have like weird patterns and stuff. You can customize them effectively.
Mm.
You could have lightning crackles running around the iris and things like that.
I mean, his eyes do that anyway when he channels his key, so he'll just try and match it as much as he can to whatever
What?
his is.
Yeah. The default setting is match the other eye.
Cool. You'll just leave it alone then, as long as he looks presentable enough, because he's thinking about who's on this world. He's gonna but then he's gonna cast minor illusion to create like just a picture of like an illusionary picture. But he's bearing in mind when he made illusions in here, they were real. So he's just gonna create an illusion of just a photo of the mansion that he saw, and it's just like, don't suppose this means anything to anybody? Is it like a known lord or anything?
You've never really seen them before, Colt. You'd probably be the only person who would know about them, but you've never seen them before. Like, you'd guess, as your tribe does, it has like migrated a bit further away
Hmm.
and has found a new place.
Well, then the artifact that's on here is this anyone even in the vague vicinity of, or is there anything like this in the vague vicinity of where the artifact is? Are you able to like, I don't know, satellite view this?
It does
Where
seem
it
to
is?
be vaguely in that location of that like section of the planet. It's hard to tell because, like, the effectively once you get this close to an artifact, it's pretty hard to track its location because it's just so powerful.
Yeah. Well, maybe they have.
It's
Maybe they
definitely
have some.
around there.
Maybe they have some information. Maybe they know something about it.
True.
He's just like playing with his beard, even though he hasn't like said who they are yet. Okay.
Do you know these people? Are they your like friends?
Yeah, full disclosure, guys. That's my family down there. It looks like they've been doing some work as they are for the local lords, as they often do. And then again,
Oh.
he looks nervous again, and he's like, "You guys know I'm not a murderer, right? You guys know me well enough by now."
And I mean, I've seen you murder people.
So they just like looking up into the sky, thinking, they're like, sorry, I can't think. When did he murder? I can only remember me killing him.
I can only remember the plethora of times where I've killed you. I'm sorry.
It's just that's kind of how I ended up, gestures to everything. And he's just like, someone in my clan was killed, and I got the blame. Chiefly because the person who was assassinated, the demonstrated injuries reminiscent of what you guys have probably seen multiple times on people who we fought. Anyone who I punched in the tournament, where I would have hit them with my lightning attacks, they would have demonstrated the same kind of burnt bludgeoning marks.
Okay,
So,
I've got a very simple way we can figure this out. Colt, did you kill them?
No, of course not.
There you go.
But there was only like 3 members of my clan who knew me well enough to say, no, it definitely wasn't him. Was everybody else just went, it kind of looks like it.
Yeah, but
Kind of evidence stacked against you.
But you're our bestest friend, and we actually do trust you. Thus, you wouldn't lie to us because there's no benefit. Thus, we know didn't do it.
Thanks, Sonia. Yeah.
Ben's like, yeah, I trust you.
And like I said, we've done some like honest bit of adventuring since, and that whole tournament was a big, broadcast everywhere thing. Even though that this Zandikar isn't, which is where we are, isn't particularly technologically advanced, but maybe word reached here, and maybe they knew I was there, and maybe they think, well, he's clearly not a wrong'un. Or you never know, something else might have happened. I'm not sure.
I mean, or the news that your big hero saved the universe, that might have reached here, which is also pretty good.
I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up. But, yeah, you're not wrong. Maybe.
Because you
But,
did
like
you
I said-
did do that.
But like I said, my clan, one of our regular practices is to take work wherever we can get it from local lords or local authorities or even just random villagers. I basically cut my teeth on on us going to villages and then them going, oh no, help! There's an owl bear that has picked our town as a route on its territorial path. Please fix. I go on a little hunting trip, come back with like a claw or something as proof, and then me and my clan are given like bed and board and food for a couple of days as thanks. But maybe as a result of that, maybe they know a little bit about the artifact, and we can, best case scenario, maybe get them to help. A lot of them are quite strong. My sensei Harris is there with them, who would have kicked my ass way back when. I wonder how strong he is now. This is like the first thought he's had, which doesn't fill him with nervousness. He's like, ooh, maybe I'm the stronger one now.
You're pretty strong.
Maybe I'll get to hit him with the old. When we parted ways, I was the student, but now I am the master. Hey.
True.
See what happens. Point is, yeah.
Okay.
Looks back at the computer screen. Back home, eh? Never thought I would.
Okay,
And then goes back to looking apprehensive.
I'm just gonna
So-
pop off for a minute. I'm gonna go grab Fireball.
Where are we going?
Sweet.
Save fume. Go do this. Get artifact. What are we doing? Fennel. Proffer. Just to get a vague idea of what we're doing.
fireball, you see Sonia suddenly appear, grab you, and yell, "We're going to be Colt's family!" And then poof away.
And would you have told Fireball at this point about the evidence you've collected?
What evidence?
What evidence?
About Fume.
Oh,
That-
wait, actually, yes, I would have. Because it's been like several days since then, so Sonia would have been like pretty much hanging out in the maze quite a bit.
Yeah, it's been a couple of days. You would have been like, right, sit rep, this is where we're at now.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So yeah, she would have definitely like showed the video and said what she said about, well, I don't need to eat them, but I would become super powerful.
Okay. Fireball just at the moment he'll just say okay because he's still really tired. And says he'll deal with that later.
So we poof back into existence.
Neat. Ben will be like, so we're gonna go unlobotomize Fume or go meet Colt's family.
As much as I want to see my family again, but at the same time, seeing them again will be a confront your demons moment. I still think the well-being of my friends takes priority, so my vote is help Fume.
But have you considered this artifact might be able to help? We don't know what it can do, and right now we don't really have a plan to help Fume.
Look,
Also,
I'm
true.
I'm
That black fire artifact has been a constant source of problems ever since we got it.
yeah, and we don't know a lot. Like this artifact could be super bad times. It could be very helpful for what we want. There's a
Maybe
lot
it's
we
like
don't know, but we do know a lot of people want it.
Maybe
Astrologically long shot, but it could just be a soul trap of your soul is in here now, and then we could use that to get Fume's soul back.
maybe it's really nice. Maybe it's like a cosmic teddy bear that just helps everyone.
I mean,
Look,
maybe it is.
I'm currently too tired to do anything much past, talking to people. So can we just go and say hi to your family? Oh, yeah,
If that's the way the votes are going, then yes.
you don't have any outlying problems with your family, do you?
No, yeah, you weren't here for that bit.
Excellent. I have to go over how they think I'm a murderer again.
Yes.
Colt has so many outlying problems with his family.
I'm not going to ask you the same question because I kind of know what the answer is, or would be, which would be yes, and that is, do you think I'm a murderer? Do you think I killed one of our own?
I mean,
Some-
I don't think you're. I don't think you're. I don't think you intentionally go out to murder people out of malicious intent.
Oh well, it's good to know that I have another person on point to reinforce that point. Another person on side to report to. If I could English, another person on side to reinforce that point. The only reason that they've cast me out is one, the person who died basically had injuries that were reminiscent of what happens when I strike somebody with my lightning attacks. At the time when it happened, I'd only just recently manifested them. So people were already kind of on edge, and there was only about 3, maybe 4 people in our clan who knew me closely and well enough to say, no, he definitely wouldn't do this. Whereas everybody else who was like, out there parts of the clan, other family groups and things, were like, He's developing weird powers that are doing that. We want him gone. So, but when you weren't here, as we said, we've done a lot of honest adventurer work and was a hero things and that tournament, which was a great big galactically broadcast thing. So maybe they've heard good things and thought different. But I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm expecting it to be a confront your demons moment.
Also, if the dicks fuck them, we're your
Yeah,
family now.
It's true. I've developed a newfound family here.
Yeah, if they're dicks,
I mean, they
I'll-
shouldn't be. I
but
think the
if they
closest thing,
are,
I think the closest thing to dickishness would be Vex might try to punch me again, which is just normal for us.
but if they are, I will kill them.
Okay, Colt. In relation to what he just said, that's actually quite important information for you to give us before we pop down. About things like you getting attacked might not be you getting attacked. And certain people with short fuses might misinterpret things. So could you tell
don't
us
worry,
any
I'm gonna
other
let them know.
things?
Oh, no, the whole thing. Vexel he's kind of like a brother to me. We're not blood related, but we were my Sensei Harris. Me and him were my Sensei Harris' star pupils. We basically communicate through mutually assured competition. We were both like the closest friends, but also the greatest of rivals. We had a whole sort of like, okay, you take on the 10 on the left, I'll take on the 10 of the right. No, I'll take on 11 sort of attitudes to each other. If he tries to strike me, don't worry about it. It's just how we communicate. Jerez is a larger-than-life guy who he enjoys the finer things in life whenever he can get a hold of them, which isn't that often because, clansmen. He shouldn't be dick. He shouldn't be a dick. He was one of the people who were arguing my case that I wouldn't do that. The rest of and then we have Vazel, who is our resident cleric, our resident healer. Despite that, bit of a grim sort. So, okay, maybe like keep your distance away from me. Doesn't suffer, looks like fireball shenanigans lightly.
Good, neither do I.
No, great. You two are gonna get along. Everybody else in the clan were basically like other family groups, which some of them were craftsmen who taught me wood carving to create all of our quarterstaffs and crossbows and things, and all the metalwork for our grappling hooks. Some of them were warriors who trained under Jerez alongside me and Vex, but none of them were quite as strong as we were, all competitive. And he does the whole, like that humble brag, scratch the bottom of your nose thing. Say none of them were quite as strong as us though. But then again, we were constantly trying to kill each other, so not in a non-kill each other way.
Please let this artwork be. Yes, I had enough room for that artwork. Oh, thank God.
Don't worry, I won't.
I think the worst thing in dickishness that you're probably going to find is they're probably going to want to keep their distance from me, and I'm going to be like, no, please,
Don't worry,
see me for what I actually am.
I'm not going down with the intention to hurt anybody.
Hey, that's a good start.
But if they try and hurt you or anybody else intentionally, I will retaliate with force.
Just bear in mind, they are unlikely, as far as I know them, to just lash out and do so in anger, and unless attacked first. We are very much a reactionary sort when it comes to conflict. We were hey Sonia, do you remember when I said I had experience fighting demons?
Yeah.
That was pretty much one of the biggest fights our clan ever had. That was where I manifested my lightning abilities for the first time. That was a demon that attacked us, and we tried to fight back because it had encroached on our encampment. But we didn't go actively seeking the fight. So our clan shouldn't try and attack us on purpose. However, Jerez or Vex may formally challenge me, but don't take that the wrong way. That's just the way that we are, because we are martial artists.
So what you're saying is, the probably a good thing that all of the demons have vanished for a bit.
I mean, Bela definitely, because the thing that attacked us looked like a Bela, but it looked a bit smaller than our Bela friend. But it's probably a good idea. Yeah, it shouldn't matter really. Like my clan are not like instinctually fearful of pretty much anything or any like particular race. Like how come like some towns and some races and some cultures treat tieflings with disrespect and like distance and stuff? My clan were fine with them.
Okay,
It was
everything's
just
gonna
that
be
that one was.
fine.
It was just that the ones
Positivity.
that attacked us. It's just because the ones that attacked us did so out of malice, and we fought back.
So, with all that being said, Ben's like, so we're going to help Colt's family out, possibly, and go say hi, and
Or have them help us find this artifact if they know where it is.
Okay,
all
we
that.
can go get this artifact. I'm very happy about this. Grinning at
We
everyone.
do need to fix this.
So, Ben will start doing start moving into the atmosphere.
Colt just looks like he's like vamping himself up and like stealing himself for like, okay, gonna do this.
As Ben's like, okay, everybody, brace because the cloak's going up because, don't want to scare the locals.
Yeah, locals of this world will probably freak out at the sight of this ship. The other ones
Yep.
got away with it because they approached in through the water.
Yeah, also, boat much easier to just like blend in around here versus giant metal thing.
Yeah, this is true.
I'll take you like, it's like a 10-ish, 20-minute walk from the mansion from here.
That's fine. A bit of a walk and fresh air will do well to calm these nerves.
Good. I hope it goes well for you. I hope meeting your family is always a bit of a interesting subject. Ben will just say and be like, I hope it works out for you.
I mean, especially considering the context of what happened when we parted ways.
Yeah.
You never know, maybe they found the real killer, or maybe the killer kept coming back. I never did find out who it was. I even tried to use the divination sphere to help. Didn't help.
Mm.
It just showed me a cloaked figure that could do lightning damage, lightning magic, or evocation, I guess, now that I know what that is.
No,
They called lightning down from the sky, but I don't know what kind of people would be able to cast such magic. If that's like a wizard thing or what.
Would I know anything about lightning? Like people being able.
any of you
Lightning
can
round.
roll me Arcana or Nature. for
I mean,
this.
Colt's gonna try because he did have that story arc where we were in magic school for a hot sec, and that's where he learned what evocation is. Full stop.
Yeah.
So you never know. Maybe he did hear something. So I'm gonna try and roll Arcana anyway, even though the Colt sucks at it.
Arcana.
Yeah, he sucks at it.
Uh,
Nah,
Fireball will get some stuff. What will Sonia get? Probably tons because you're
Probably
gonna...
like 1 billion.
just sub 40.
38.
Sub 40. Sonia just knows nothing. Didn't even get a 40.
Oh, I could use the help action and give Colt another go.
It's like, come on, you know this.
Uh,
No. Hang on a minute, is this a different day?
it would be.
That's a good point. I should roll all 28 of mine. Actually, no, other Sonia's not here, so I only have
an-
4?
A 19 is still the lowest of everyone's rolls.
But yes. I'll give it to Cole if he uses
Ooh.
importance on this. And
That's-
oh my
that-
god, the nat 20 putting you to
Yee.
like plus
Oh,
that D4
damn.
puts you to like 43. Okay, now you get something. Now that it's above 40, you can have something.
That
Yeah,
nat
I'm
20
gonna keep
gonna
that
be
80 important in that case.
So yeah,
Like,
Fireball, you think like you've heard druids could sort of call it's like more a druid thing to call lightning from the sky rather than just shoot it from either your finger or a metal rod, as per the spell, lightning bolt. Colt, you
with
sort
a
of have the
3.
What are magic?
what are magic?
I know it'd be evocation, otherwise no.
You like Colt has the very logical. It's probably evocation, but like doesn't doesn't quite know enough yet about stuff to like
With his 3/6.
make such a good guess. Sonia with like the 43, based on that vague description, like is like, oh, it's either a druid or a wizard using like the wish spell or some other magical way of replicating it. Like someone could have been hiding or something, and cast lightning bolt from like above where you could see from effectively. Like there's a couple of ways that you could have done that. It might even be an illusion hypothetically, and then like while the illusion was covering the entire scene, someone attacked him. But like, it's probably a druid if anything else, or at the very least someone who knows stuff about druids and enough about their spells where they could like wish for a spell like that.
Was there ever anyone that didn't like you in particular?
Not that I can really think of. I mean, Veers always treat me with a bit of like contempt, but he did that to everybody. But like
Yeah.
our clan got around, hunted a lot of things, fought a lot of things. We could have made enemies. I wouldn't think that it would be anyone particularly powerful, because if it was someone who was like a wizard and would have Sonya explained, it might have been someone really powerful who could use wish or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be anyone that strong, because if it was anyone that strong, we'd all be dead. If it was anyone anywhere near your power level, frig, they would have glass floored that whole town. That was a tiny little hamlet village that we were staying in at the time on the mountainside. If it was someone that strong, they wouldn't have needed a lightning bolt or to frame me. So yeah, we could have made enemies. We got around a lot.
Just doesn't hurt to keep all this stuff in mind, at least.
Like I said, as far as I was concerned, we were just traveling around trying to do the good and living off the fat of the land while doing it, but someone could take issue with that, I suppose. Maybe we took down a dragon flesh grafter at some point and they were part of a cult or something. I'm not sure.
Well,
Yeah.
one way
I
to
can't
find
say
out.
for certain.
Eventually you'll land, and you in the distance you see the mansion that you think that Colt would recognize because like you saw it in the vision you got.
Oh, what? One of you is going to have to carry me.
Why?
Why?
I walk at half speed.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
just walk slowly.
Fireball's quite tired still.
Okay, spectral arm. Shit.
You're being carried by a wizard, Fireball.
Nice.
Spectral arm that is inside Cold's head just holds it up like a torch, even though that I assume it's daytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Fine.
mean, I do produce a fair amount of light anyway, so.
Or holds him up like the Lion King.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Cool. There's no reason he can't do that.
Masuenya, as he starts rising slowly like the sun.
Sure. I'll move you over to the map in that case. Boop. You guys would sort of come out of the forest on the like very top right corner of the map. and you see a walled off little area and a mansion.
Yeah, Roll 20 still hate me.
I will drag your thing on.
I'll still
Also-
try, but Roll 20 do hate me.
It's
Well,
not that
also-
Roll20 hates you, it's that it hates everyone.
Also, Sonia, you
true.
put yourself in the top right.
Yeah, you said top right.
Did I? I thought I said top left. Oh well. It doesn't really matter.
Haha, now Colt's by himself.
Well, there you go. Solve that problem. And also Fume. Do you need drag? Oh no, you don't. Good.
I need to disappear just for a hot sec.
Bring us food back. Ah,
God, don't bring me food. I've had too much food.
fuck you too. I'm so hungry. I'm always hungry. So, how many levels of exhaustion does Fireball have now?
3.
Yeah, I thought you'd have about 3.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he almost died in that fight. He had 1 level left, and then it was death.
But don't worry, Fireball. I'm sure this time, this minor adventure will have no fighting or complications or exhaustion.
Yeah, it won't have any grossness.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
None of that stuff.
When you look at Fireball, he's just sort of dozing off. Just like, kind of.
I will carry him if you need someone to carry him.
Yeah, you can pet him like one of them the happy friend dogs.
Fireball will stay awake and be staying with Bolt.
Now that I have regained my fire powers, I can even touch Fireball without getting instantly burned to a crisp.
Yeah.
Look, no more water.
He's fallen in the water.
I can heal you again with my fire powers.
Oh, it's beautiful. All of that worked. I
Okay, I'm back.
literally
Of all-
do
of-
not believe it.
Of all the days to order food in, and it's his backstory, god damn it.
You
It's his own.
bastard.
It's by the ancient law of sod. Anyway.
So you're at this mansion.
The Fireball slowly make his way up to the door.
Yeah, Colt would plot you down somewhere where there's no grass to catch fire. If any of the ground around here is worn down so that it's just soil, he'll like plonk you down gently.
You think you're round back? The door is over here.
I will go around the house then. Because Colt is just like, they clearly
But it's
They
over
must just be
here,
employers, so-
yeah.
Around here. That's just a like a wall around there.
Note to
so the
self.
front door's where? Sorry, I was zoomed in too much.
Right
Very
the other side of
far,
the building
like-
to where
like-
you are.
Okay,
right middle.
we'll make my way around. Ah, this thing.
Need to
Yeah.
make booties for Fireball.
What's the door made out of?
It seems to be some form of wood.
Yeah,
Um,
fireball. Yeah, fireball. Maybe not. I'm gonna do this, and we'll just give like
I'll step back from the door.
we'll just give a gentle thunk 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 on the door.
Fireball will have brought his thing longer with him.
The
Wait,
thing longer.
Yeah, you don't leave home without that.
Whatever you do, don't leave home without your thing longer.
Exactly.
True. I mean, you need that thing longer. Uh, someone will approach the door. I just have to figure out which one that is. Whose art is that? Because I don't know.
S-
Uh,
Sonia's at
Sorry,
the
I
back.
gave you.
Cross fingers like friendly.
Fireball.
Sorry, I gave you a fucking list of characters, didn't I?
Oh
in
yeah,
the
you
backstory?
really did. I have like, I have so many characters just like with I had to make sheets for in preparation for this.
Fireball.
Andrew, Andrew, that's what you've got to look forward to in the Wednesday game. Fuck, I've got to make
Yee.
NPCs.
Alright.
I'm already awful with that.
Fireball says
I've been writing it. Sorry, Lawrence, you go. Sorry.
Fireball says stand behind me, Colt.
I'm
You
fine, thank you.
from the other side of the gate, you hear a who goes there? Colt. You immediately recognize this as Jay.
Yo, Jay, it's me.
You just hear some silence for a few moments. As you believe the person, like, you'd
It's
guess
just
they are
in
in stunned
shock.
silence right now.
Oh, god damn it. I was worried that this would happen.
You-
Look, it's been a while. I was just in the neighborhood. Me
Go.
and some friends of mine have got a bit of a job on, and just wondering if you guys wanted to collaborate for old time's sake.
You're back.
Indeed.
Uh,
If you're still worried, you can just sick Heres or Vex on me if you want.
Jay will, like, open the door. And hang on, I'll reveal some of the area.
We're only here to help.
I mean, there's nothing really to help with. They seem to have things pretty sorted out.
Look. They
Just
need
with
help. They may need help with something.
This
Is-
is, this is true, but
He opens the door and is like, it's been so long. We never thought we'd see you again after you got kicked out of the clan.
well, neither did I. It's work that's brought me back here. You see, I don't suppose anyone's heard anything. I mean, considering where we live.
Everybody, and no one said anything. You just suddenly disappeared off the face of the world one day.
I was kicked out.
Well, yeah, you got kicked out of the clan, but
Oh, you meant that day.
Vexel sort of went looking for you eventually. He was determined you were innocent. He couldn't find you though.
Yeah, things got kind of crazy. I'm not sure that you'd believe me if I told you. And he just kind of looks up.
Did you get like taken by a bird?
Yeah,
some
a bit.
Weird
a bit-
wizard
a-
into like
Yes, technically.
ah, damn wizards! They're always stealing people.
Hey, I
It's-
steal nobody.
Speaking of my new friends, points at Fireball. Got Fireball. Just try not to do anything that'll like vaguely irritate him.
They've
Fume?
already achieved that.
Fume's
They've,
not-
they've accused me of stealing you.
I don't think he was talking about you, Fireball.
Yeah,
I-
I don't.
Points at Fume. This is Fume. Our fire genasi. She's not very well at the moment. And
Oh.
Sonia. Points at Sonia.
Wave.
She's quite the character.
Hi.
She's kind of the brains of our little group of mad lads.
Oh god,
Hey.
that's not a good thing to hear.
Hey, I'm smart too.
Is it true you are? Guys, this is Jay, one of my friends from the old clan days.
I should go
Hey.
get everyone. They'll probably want to see you again.
Yes, it was nice to hear that Vex did more than just defend my case and actually came looking for me.
Retract that statement. I did not steal your friend.
You didn't steal Colt? Colt,
Good.
is this guy okay in the head?
I am a wizard, and you accused wizards of stealing him, which I did not.
Colt is just like
Colt is
pinching
okay.
the like. Colt is just like pinching like the like the top of his like nose, like between his eyes. It's like, oh, come on, fireball.
I'll quickly get some people. Come in though. Come in. Come to the dining room.
What's the floor made out of?
Stone by the looks of it.
Stone. Yeah.
Good. I just don't want to set fire to your house.
It's not our house.
There.
Okay.
I wouldn't set
I've-
fire to it though. We'd help the
I-
guy who owns the place.
I don't
Yeah,
have any plans on setting fire to the place.
As we're walking in, Colt would just be like, "So, how's the rest of the clan's sort of like feelings towards what happened, or did anything else happen after I left or after I disappeared?"
No. As soon as you left, no one else died or anything.
Who's in charge now? Because our elder was the one who got,
Well, Perez took charge for a while, but recently came down with something, and he's been deteriorating for a little while now.
Colt kind of just freezes at that.
So Vassal's been sort of calling the shots more recently.
Yeah, he was one of the more cunning of our lot, but he does like do a little like Colt does like he disguises it as like waving everybody in to like Sonya and Fume, but he gives Sonya a meaningful look of it didn't keep happening. Like what you were saying before about would anyone dislike you specifically, and like that sort of thing. Gives you like a knowing nod.
Information. So
Indeed.
Sonia is very quiet because she's on the same thing after being told off previously with when we went to the unevolved planet. It's like they don't know about space stuff. There's so many things I want to say. Like she really wanted to explain. No. So it's like a spaceship. So it's like one of the things that you ride on water. But she's like biting her tongue real hard.
Colt will probably say that, and as you well enough that he'll probably be like, she really wants to just explain everything. And Colt's just like, I mean, we're familiar with magic stuff, so if it's not a magic, you can explain that. But yeah,
Yuma's gonna walk into the courtyard and then look
He
around
gives you,
and then
like-
find a stone to sit down on and just sit there
Yeah.
waiting.
Colt gives you like
Yeah.
Colt gives Sonya like a pat on the back, like I know.
But you will all be invited in along with like Cole to sit in the dining room.
No, if you wants to sit out here.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough.
You sure you're happy out here, Fume? You sure?
I'm very happy. Still holding orb.
Okay. Okay.
I'll go inside.
As like Jail lead you this way, and Vaxel, you'll see Vaxel just sitting in the corner, it seems he's studying a manual, and he turns and sees you, and he's like shock sort of fills his face as he sees you. He's
Colt
like,
gives like a sort of like not like shy, but like yeah, sort of like smile.
he
Aye.
will run up to you, and he's gonna go for a punch.
Punch
Let's
good.
see his
Punch
rolls.
good.
A
Punch
plus
good.
a plus 19
Punch
a plus
good.
19 to hit. I'm guessing. Oh, you haven't given him one of your min maxer builds. That's what I'm bracing for.
I would never. I just need to find his character sheet.
Immediately pulls out a plus 19 to hit.
Nah. Wow. I've never made a character that has more than a plus 10 to hit. Never. For shame, sir.
No, I mean you have, but yeah, I don't think you've made one with a plus 19.
No.
At least as far as I know.
No,
I was the asshole who did that.
Yeah, he comes in for just a little punch. Oh, nat one's amazing.
Just catches the punch, then just he comes in swinging, and it's just like brings arm up straight away, just smack.
He's
Hey, I
like,
tell you what, I wasn't far off about how strong he is.
he's like,
Jesus.
I've not gotten rusty. I'm so glad to see it.
Didn't. No, if anything, I've gotten much stronger, much stronger. He kind of like, his eyes kind of widen as it dawns on him, like what the gap was from when he last saw them to like now.
Uh, he he meets your gaze and he's like, so have I.
I know, I can feel like his hands like quivering, holding back the punch, and he's just like, "Holy crap! Didn't you have some power behind that, Jesus?" And like shoves the hand away. How did you get that strong?
Hezra figured out some weird stuff
Oh,
about Ki. But it takes a lot of training. I'm sure you wouldn't be able to get it.
I don't know. We'll have to exchange pleasantries about it later. Uh, Jay told me that Harris isn't doing too great.
No. It's weird. Lately he's been a bit ill.
Yeah. Can
You
you
see
like give
his
me
sorrow expression matches your own.
Can I see him? Or is he like isolated away? I'm super glad. I'm super glad I came now. When I did, I'd hate to like think that if we were to meet again, he wasn't around.
He's lying on a couch in the main hall if you want to go see him.
Yeah. Point me in the right direction.
He'll like take you to here and point at that door.
Court gives a little like sort of like request nod to Sonia.
Sure.
Goes through door.
You see Hezra sitting on a couch, a shadow of his former self. He still like struggles to his feet when he sees you,
Who is?
and he's like, "You haven't gotten rusty, have you?"
No, Vex already tried.
Good. He sort of like lowers his fists. Even as shaky as he is right now, he would still be willing to throw down. And then you see him like cough up a little bit of blood as he sits back down.
Hey, he looks as shit as I do.
Harris, this is Fireball, not Sonia. Please try to ignore Fireball's expletives.
So, what brings you back here?
That in a minute. What's happened to you? Did you just fall ill someday?
Yeah, one day I just started getting worse and worse. No one knows what caused it.
Is our key training not being able to do anything? I mean, I'm immune to disease and things now.
That's the thing. I figured out some interesting insights into Ki. I got even more powerful than ever. It
And
was
notice that you gave a bit of it to Vex. He's incredibly powerful.
yeah. I taught it to Vex as well, but then, like a couple months later, I just started to get ill one day.
Maybe
Thankfully, the same thing hasn't happened to Vex. But, so I don't think the training is what's done it. And just
is there like
slowly
any
losing it.
aside from him being all wobbly and coughing up the blood? Is there any other like external symptoms of like what's wrong with him?
He looks quite pale.
And we have ashen skin anyway, so that's bad.
Yeah, he looks pale for a core, which is like he's sheet white he's almost giving off light at that point.
Does he
Yeah.
need to be warmed up at all?
No, if anything, it looks like he has a little bit of a temperature. But you think that's just because, even in spite of his current condition, you think he's been like sneaking off while no one's looking and training.
Yeah. One hell of a fighter as always, I see. Still not slowing down.
Never. I won't let this triviality keep me down.
But you probably should rest, as you always taught me. Rest is equally important in training as the actual training part.
Yes. Pause. I did give that line, but you should go and meet everyone else. It's
I
been a
mean-
while.
Are they okay with me now? I mean, or will they be? I don't want to be. I don't want to be fearful if they are.
Vexel is like only Vassal has been. He's pretty much the only one who's been sad of. Sorry, not been too sad of your disappearance.
So everyone kind of just thought it couldn't have been me then. Came
Uh,
around, sort of speak.
no,
Guessing not.
we all believe you, but the other core tribes are more. Well, ever since Vassal took charge, we've been less estranged from them, but they don't. Our clan doesn't have the most positive view among the other core at the minute, but Vassal has done a lot of work to change that.
No, okay.
But he probably still thinks that you killed those people, or your master. They still look a little sad.
Above game, our elder, but yeah.
Oh yeah, your master, the elder, your father.
The Harris is court master. The
Yeah.
other
Oh
guy
yeah,
was just
Herod's
like,
Cult's master. That guy was the previous clan chief and your dad. I remember. It's just
wasn't his dad, but fine. He was like a father figure.
oh, father figure.
No
Right.
blood relation. Court actually, like, there's no way of like unless someone brought it up, Court would just be like, I do not remember who my actual parents are. So
Fair enough. But yeah,
passed away when I was very young.
they'll basically tell you the only person who probably still thinks you killed the previous chief is Vassal. Everybody
he-
else is like pretty confident in your character.
I hear he's in charge now, but he was our chief healer when I left. Is he not able to help with this?
No, he's tried many times. He thought it would restore the strength of the clan, but once he saw me sort of start to overtake him, he was quite. He seemed to not. His efforts seemed to wane a little with the trying to help out.
Court looks slightly annoyed at that. He's just like, he's our chief healer. You shouldn't give up if there's a chance.
He has been trying. He does come around and try new different spells or incantations to try and help him. But nothing seems to be working.
Well, they didn't have us. You Court like back off a little bit and just be all like, to Sonia, anything that you might have some light to shed on the situation on?
Sorry, I am doing a lot of thinking on this. What
I thought you would. It sounds like the sort of thing that you get intrigued by.
there's obviously a lot to take in. So, what was there any external factors when your sickness started coming on? Like, had there been any major events or anything similar?
He'll say like, I didn't really notice anything on the day. The last major thing that had happened was like, it was like the anniversary of Colt leaving us like a few weeks before, but other than that, not much of real relevance had happened.
Also, if it's not rude to ask, how did you come upon you like, I think a couple of you have mentioned now that you came upon a new way of improving your key knowledge.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was gonna ask that like later on once we'd gotten all of the important stuff out the way. But if you think
yeah,
it's got more importance to it, then yeah, how did you come across that? I'm very intrigued.
it's sort of a deeper level of meditation I discovered. It gives you it's sort of a being in more in tune with your surroundings and yourself. I essentially figured out how to draw key from my surroundings to
That's what
make
I've
my
been working on to
stronger.
some level. That's what I've been working on to like some levels of success.
So I figured out a way to draw key out of the plants and the animals around me.
And you
You,
could just
you'll have to.
do this anywhere. Like, do
Uh,
do, do you
there's
have
got to be a sufficient number of living beings that are harmonized with myself. But yes,
I
essentially.
I have a
And then, and
question.
then, and, sorry, Lawrence, but one sec. Court then just like looks at me and he's like, "Ah, if well, that probably explains why it's not been working so hard for me." Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
question. Could this is it that you take the key, or is it that you borrow and then return the key when you take it from the other plants and animals?
Well, we take it, but like most things that are alive have like a lot of key. They just don't know how to use it.
Could
So it's
it
sort of like
be?
a friend asking for key, and you give a little bit of your key, and you won't have that until you sort of like take a breather. But the plants generally don't need it or anything.
think of
So
it
Could
then,
this.
it?
Think of it this way, Firebolt, to try and simplify it. You know when you go to the plane of fire and there's fire everywhere,
No,
you feel great and energized, don't you?
no. Yes, but my question was, could some of that key be tainted, and is why you are feeling the way that you are?
It really shouldn't be, because if Key could be corrupted in such a way, surely I would have heard about it by now. At least I would
like
think.
maybe, but probably not. Normally, you can only
It
gather
is
key from things that are spiritually either similar to you or like you are attuned with. Like
Would that
but
meditating in the middle of a forest can grant you
but
this extra.
my point being is the key of let's say there is an evil plant, animal, or being nearby. Would the key of that being be somewhat dissimilar from your own? And if you were to somehow take some of the key of that particular plant, animal, or creature that was evil, could it sort of taint you and unbalance you if that's how it works?
That's kind of got called thinking. So, DM, when we were in Fireball's home universe, if at any time when Colt struck somebody, used a stunning strike, or interacted with their key system in any way, did in any way feel different to what he's used to? Or did it just be like, yeah, this is just like back home?
Their
Because
key would
Colt is now
feel
thinking back to that fight.
distinctively unique to like. In fact, like Sonya's key and Sonya's key, Fireball's key, and people from Fireball's dimension. All of their key feels slightly different from people from like this dimension. Sonya's key feels different to the other two though. Like
Hmm.
when you're just sort of when you've been meditating and Sonya's been around, you would notice that Sonya's key just feels different.
Okay. Since you've been doing this kind of training, have you tried expending all the key that you have?
I've never really needed to, but I have fully used up all the key that I had on a few occasions since I've gotten ill.
And that didn't improve your condition at all.
No, and
Did you like try?
also surely if that was the cause, Vexel would have gotten ill as well because we've been meditating in the same spots.
This is true.
Uh, weird question. Don't take this as like an accusation. It's just curiosity. If you wanted, could you like? Is it just an everything around random sort of thing, or could you focus on, say, if you saw a very energetic wolf running by, could you specifically take key from that?
Court will like look over his shoulder to you and just be like, "Well, to my expertise of it is no. You need to go into a meditative state first, and then it is just drawn from all of your surroundings. So, as you say, quite random. If we
yes,
were
but-
able to train the life force of other things so that they couldn't fight, that would be so interesting as a tool
Yes,
to
but-
use and sort of like to pacify things. But we can't do that.
But the reason I'm asking is because your friend here has said that they've come upon a new method. I'm just trying to ascertain how similar / different it is from the way you do things.
He'll say,
Interesting.
like, in theory, it would be possible, but I've never tried focusing on a specific thing, because normally to sort of get into the frame of mind, you kind of have to be in tune with everything in your environment, and it becomes very hard to focus in on a specific thing. I've never done it, but it might be possible.
Thank,
Well,
thank you,
maybe,
thank you for your answers.
At least it's not as far as I'm aware.
Well, maybe it would still just be helpful if you just gave me like or the basic rundown of how this new key use works, like basic explanation without getting me to try to like figure it out.
He'll like say, I can't without the chief's permission. Unfortunately.
Oh, yeah,
Court
that,
looks confused. Court looks confused. So he's like, "But you're you. You don't answer to anybody."
I know, but Vexel said that I've got to stay in bed, and I'm not allowed to train anybody.
Well, you're not training anybody. You're just talking to me.
Yeah, but he said I'm not allowed to give out clan secrets, and normally I would just ignore him, but some of the other cores are coming over today, and if they see us talking together, they might get angry. But I can show you. How about tomorrow? I might be having one of my good days tomorrow.
Court like kind of wants to like confront Vazel, but he's also like, "Don't rock the boat. You came here knowing that it's going to be a dodgy situation anyway."
Ooh, but you should head upstairs and talk to the noble who's putting us up. We'll tell you that I'll have Jay run up and tell our friend that we have some extra members of the clan that are on a mission that they've come back and they'll need some place to sleep. And he's like, righto. And then he leaves.
So on that very subject, also kind of small talk. What brought you here?
Ah, same old, same old. Some noble had sent like notices out saying, his supply. He runs like a shipping company, and his supply of food for this town was getting hijacked by bandits. We came along, sorted them out, and that's all she wrote, really.
Nods enthusiastically. Ah, just like the good old days. I remember those. I take it you're sorted now. You just put up. I take it you're just sorted now and put up for a couple of days.
Yeah, we're just sort of waiting here. We're up for like a couple of weeks before we'll probably move on.
Nice.
Who did you say is coming tomorrow?
No, no
Some-
one's coming
some-
tomorrow. Some cores are coming today.
Oh, who are they
Yes,
again?
some other members of the clan,
Oh,
Yeah.
or a neighboring clan from another mountain. One
Well,
of the
yeah,
two.
some other clans. It's part of Vassal's plan to like try
Well,
and unite the clans or something, or
s-
at
since
least
they-
improve
since-
our standing a bit.
Since they thought of me what they think of me, because they weren't super familiar with who I am, maybe they won't recognize me. And he plonks his hat of wizardry on. Puts his hat of wizardry on properly because he usually wears it like hanging off like his back or something, or like pinned under one of the straps that hold on the bear cloak. And he's just like, oh, just put this on properly. Hopefully they won't see.
Just
question.
be careful.
You know that key technique you were talking about,
Yeah.
where you could absorb key from the surrounding animals and plants and things?
Mm-hmm.
Could that be done on a mass scale?
Don't know.
When you get better, you might want to look into it.
Yeah. Vexel would probably have a better shot of it than I at the moment.
Which is why I said when you get better.
Yeah, but when he says Vex probably has a better chance at figuring that out, Colt he kind of tries to like not be within peripheral vision. I was like, Perez is looking at Fireball, and Colt is just like nods.
Vexel looks super proud of himself right now. He's like, yeah.
But he points at Vex. You and me will have to have a sparring match at some point.
We
See how far you
definitely
come.
will. I've definitely gotten better than you.
I don't know.
Oh.
I am at the point where I can literally fight relatively competently and then just keep dialing up the power.
I've killed a dragon in one punch.
I did a tremendous amount of damage to a tyrant slaver of the fire plane the other day.
Well, we'll have to put our skills to the test. Let's
Anyway,
meet in
did
the
you just
court.
say you punched down a dragon?
I did.
I'm friends with a dragon because he knows he won't fuck me.
Nice. Let's go to the
No,
courtyard.
they're just like flexing and like
Yeah.
having a game of like top trumps of what's the biggest thing you've punched? This. What's the hardest thing you punched? This.
I've beat an entire tribe of trolls.
Man, I've taken on whole attack squads of minions at once. Hell, one of them actually teleported out because they were just like, nope, not dealing with that.
I've had several wizards run away from me.
Yeah, wizards do be squishy. Unless they're illusionists, they're tricky.
Yeah, and you go to hit them and they're not there.
Also, I can see invisible things now.
Nice.
I mastered the blind fighting technique that we touched upon and never learned, but I figured it out.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
So I could literally have a blindfold on and still fight you.
I can beat you with my eyes closed as well.
You mastered it as well.
I killed a dragon in one shot once as well.
Neat.
This is true. This is true. This guy's a one-punch machine gun.
Ooh.
Fireball was specifically talking about Ben Oren, and I'm not sure that he's actually... Has he told anyone about that?
Fireball, actually, Colt is the only one who actually remembers that happening.
Colt is the only one who remembers it, but Colt is
good.
also just like, he knows that you could totally just one-shot the dragon, just even if it wasn't a friend. If it was just an actual, like, threatening dragon, as long as it wasn't immune to radiant or fire, you could just totally just fucking delete them. He's just like, yeah, he can totally do that. Leans into Vex. Don't piss him off. like whispers into Vex's ear, "Don't piss him off. Whatever you do."
Got it.
I mean, he
You
also
all
leans.
seem
He
nice.
leans into Vex and he's like, "I'm confident I can take him, but I'm not sure about everybody else."
But if Vex says, if you can take him, I can take him.
Hey,
I mean,
it-
you're quite agile, so you might manage it.
But
Hey,
Vex
if Colt-
will invite you to like spar in the back garden for a bit.
if
Like
Colt
not
didn't go back-
not super seriously, just at a kind of
Mhm.
low level. Like
Mhm.
if
you know,
Colt's anything to go by, you're all going to be nice.
Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta, Goku energy. They're not going all out in this fight.
Yeah. Hera's is just like, no super moves or anything over cinematic or anything, just regular attacks.
I look. I still want the mansion to be here when the other cores arrive.
Oh,
Yeah, that is genuinely a worry. Colt is just like, yeah, this is normal problems for me these days.
do you
Again,
have
trying to
anywhere-
flex.
You have anywhere I could just sleep for
It's like
a day?
I think we have a stove or a fireplace.
As he's
What
walking
kind
away,
of barbarian do you take me for?
I was just gonna say, as Colt is walking away, he would call back. He'd actually really like that, just to be a dick.
Well,
Oh,
okay.
wait,
What
wait,
is
oh,
your
and then he goes,
preferred-
"Oh no, wait! I just told him don't piss him off, and that's exactly what that's going to do. Shit!
Wait,
Don't put him in the oven."
Okay, where would you prefer to sleep? Like, we don't have any like fire. Well, actually, there is one fireproof bed in the house, but you can't have it.
Why?
Oh, it's the Lord of the Houses. He's the tiefling.
Oh,
He had his bed custom designed.
hey, he might like me being there.
Yeah, I mean, you might have some spare blankets that we could like wrap you up in and like get you on a bed, like very carefully. You don't move around too much in your sleep, do you?
I mean, not as far as I'm aware.
Cool. I'll call. How do you say this name? Bahab? Is that it?
Baham,
No, I'm
what?
asking. I'm asking. Colt.
Who?
Bahab.
Oh, Bob.
Bab. Yeah, that's it. There you go. He calls Bab in. Bab
Yeah,
comes here. And he's
Bear
like,
in mind, he's silent.
he approaches you, fireball, and he just gestures for you to follow him.
Fireball will follow him.
Cool.
I totally forgot I made that joke.
And he will take you upstairs. Cool. So you're just like watching Cole and Vexel fight.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're basically just exchanging punches, but you can tell neither of them are like expending much energy on this or like going all out particularly.
Yeah, they're just
Uh,
doing like the very minimum basic martial arts type of attacks.
Yeah.
It's more like it's more like an exercise that they've like fallen into as part of like maintenance training and things.
Yeah, as basically you watch them. It's almost like rehearsal at this point. Like one of them goes in for an attack which is expertly blocked, and then like slides in for a counter attack where one of them like narrowly dodges and stuff, and that sort of a thing goes on for an incredibly long period of time.
But then being the cheeky martial artists that they are, they
Oh,
probably
yeah.
like slip in every like just a little extra
Like-
thing every now and then. Like bring out his quarterstaff, do like a spinning flourish, and then you'll just see booming blades start to form around it, and then you just he like sticks it into the ground just as Vex tries to charge in, and it gives out a massive boom of thunder, and Vex is like, "What the hell's that?" It's like, "Haha, one of the new tricks I got."
And
Starts
then
wielding booming blade.
then you'll watch as like Vex goes, well, watch this, and then you see as Colt like he just stands perfectly still, closes his eyes, and as Colt tries to land several punches, he moves barely out of the way at the last second, as Colt is like just totally incapable of hitting him.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
But yeah,
And then
just doing
as
little
soon as
things.
he opens his eyes and he's like, yeah, confidence. Like, a hit is about to hit him in the face and he has to quickly block it. He's like, haven't quite mastered that one yet.
Yeah. Still, it's good. And then again, it's like he's using things like the other things abilities that he's got, like defensive duelist and focused aim and stuff, for using like the like he sneakily sneaks in a spectral arm by just bringing the spectral arm just out of his. And when he throws a punch and it misses, Vex is like, "Ha! It missed!" And then the spectral arm goes boom and just hits him in the side of the head.
Ah.
Oh.
They have fun here.
But just at the like, as soon as they go right, we're done. Colt is like, but if we're going to rest, there's something I want to show you. And he like takes like a wide stance with his feet shoulder width apart, clenches his arms, and just goes, and just powers up the like maximum lightning blades, so like lightning is arcing all around like his hair and out of his eyes and stuff, and his arms are wreathed in gauntlets of lightning. It's just like, yep, this is what I'm doing these days. And then the spectral arms come out of his shoulders and just crack their knuckles above his head.
Vex, not to be outdone, will close his eyes, and you just see like so much. You visibly see ki gathering round him.
Oh
As-
god damn.
As he goes into some form of like effectively Super Saiyan ki form, he's like, yes, behold the power.
And then Power sounds like, we better not let those two things clash. We need this mansion to still be here.
True. I have accidentally destroyed it a few. There used to be like the peak of a mountain at one point, and that just disappeared one time when I was fighting the dragon there.
I know the feeling. Also, pulls out the silver saber. It's like, I must never use this for like, casual fighting, but Tink touches a stone.
Ooh, that's cool. It's
So,
just silver.
Resheaths it. He just resheaths it, and he's like, but that is for like when things are really bad.
I
Like,
gotta-
I use that on the fire tyrant.
I gotta get me one of those.
Anyway, I'm super glad to say that you haven't gone rusty. It gives him like a companionable jab in the arm.
Same for you, and he returns it, but slightly harder.
Colt, but Colt does think to himself, he seems to be a bit more chipper than last time I spoke to him, but he might just be really buzzing about seeing me again.
You'd guess that people, you'd guess he's real happy because he never thought he would see you again.
Yeah, like Colt like he's usually again like the Goku Vegeta energy. He usually has like a chip on his shoulder and that, but he's like, it's been a while.
Yeah, and also he faced a lot of ridicule from like some of the other people, like for trying to effectively go and find you.
Mm.
And he searched longer than anybody else.
Yeah, Colt mentioned that you'll just be like, I heard that you came looking for me, by the way. I really, really appreciate that. But I honestly don't blame you for not being able to find me. I've been a very long way from home.
Mm.
Very, very, very long way.
Cool. Eventually, a servant would approach Sonia and be like, "Hey, we're gonna take you to your room now. If that's okay."
Sonia will essentially be just like shocked, as if she was like focusing on something else and didn't even notice the person approach. What? Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. And also, Fume, someone would approach you and be like, "Hey, we'll take you to your room if you want." Same goes for you, Colt. Vexel will take you to your room as well.
Mm-hmm.
Graham? Hello?
Oh no, Fume has fallen asleep on the rock.
He has
Sorry?
fallen asleep. Oh, there you go. You're being like shown to your room effectively.
I follow with no complaints or statements.
Sure.
Oh no, it's suddenly very dark.
The reveal
So-
tool stopped working, but you get taken
Suddenly
upstairs,
blackness.
which is up here. And actually, I'll just reveal probably most of the upstairs at this point. As you will have unrestricted access to the entirety of upstairs.
I take it this is Lord House Owner.
Yeah, that's the guy who owns the house. Who needed
It's
help.
funny how I just casually mentioned tieflings being like subject of ridicule, and then saying that the core like group is just fine with them, and then he turns up.
Yeah, because a lot of the other some of the other adventurers didn't want to help a tiefling, but the cores are chill with him, so he likes them. That's why they get the big bucks. But effectively, Colt, you'd be given this room. I'll drag you onto that because I know Roll20 hates you. Fireball, you would be given this room with the, you've been wrapped in some flame retardant clothing.
Okay.
Sonia will be given this room along with Fume.
Which room was I in again?
The one
You're
you're
in the room that
currently
you're
in.
currently in.
Oh, okay.
And the Lord of the Manor would come by and just say, it's nice to meet you all. It's good to have the extra security around. Get yourselves comfortable."
Thank you very much. Like shakes the guy's hand eagerly.
He'd repeat that to you. He shakes your hand. He's
Fireball will
firm grip.
extend. Fireball will extend his hand.
He shakes your hand.
Tiefling doesn't care about fire. He's just like toasty,
Yeah.
toasty beans.
I'm glad we could. You'll be like, I'm glad we could accommodate you, Firewall.
And Fireball's
you'll,
just like, oh my god, the touch of another human.
He'll
So
come
touch
round
starved.
and talk to Sonia and Fume and be like, hey, I'm glad you guys are okay. Just get settled in. And then he will head back to just the sort of area he mills about in. And then it's getting quite late at this point. And you guys sort of can hear the commotion from downstairs, as if you think some people have arrived, and you'll be told that the other cores have shown up. It's probably just best to stay in your room and not make much of a scene.
Yeah, Fireball will be, getting less tired.
And you guys can all rest for the night.
Colt's curiosity will get the better of him, and he
Sure.
will do. Knock.
Hmm.
If that's the door to their room.
Yeah. You it's round here, but yeah.
You hear a knock, Sonia.
Sure, we'll answer.
You see Colt, he's got the hat of wizardry pulled over his brow. He's like, so oh crap, when was the last time that we did this where you turned me invisible? That's what I'm asking for, essentially.
And then silence. Okay, I can't remember when it was, but I know it has happened.
But can you do it again, please? I don't ask you for stuff very often. But I'm too curious about how the others are doing. And they're downstairs, by the sounds of it. I'm just
Yeah.
going down for a peek, and I don't think most of them can see invisible things. And if they have the same abilities I do, I'll just stay far away, edge of the room stuff.
I mean, I can do you one better just in case.
Oh,
Grabs him, and everything becomes all wibbly around you, as when we are no longer on the same plane, ethereal plane.
or
Ah,
etherealness.
you cast ethereal.
No, I cast plane shift to where we are in the ethereal plane.
Ah, you have plane shifted to the ethereal plane. Even better.
Because then there's no
Whoa.
time limit problems.
Oh, goodbye.
Just rumph gone.
Hume is just left in the room like, oh, so like, they're just gone, are they?
Yeah.
Mm,
Thank you
neat.
very much, Sonia. Do you want to join me in figuring out or finding out the juicy details of what's going on?
I mean, I will
downstairs?
come along. There's a lot on my mind, and I'm really trying not to. But I've got big suspicions about this quotation marks friend of yours,
Which one?
Mr. Healer. I'm in charge now.
I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. The whole him being in charge and preventing Heres from doing anything, and then him being our healer and just like kind of but not really giving up on Heres. All of that sounds like wrong to me too. I've just been trying to ignore it because I've been gone so long. But
Also,
yeah, he looks like really somber when you bring that up, and he's just like, "Yeah, I get it. I'm trying to ignore it. Don't want to though. Probably shouldn't.
just
So yeah, right. We should go and like investigate."
yeah, just a slight warning of sorts, because we have come across this type of thing before. Don't be surprised if there's a chance, even if it's not this person, that they may be someone using whatever this artifact is. So that's kind of why I'm asking so many questions about different things. I'm trying to figure things out. Also, I not that it matters. Other me and Discovery have been watching / listening, because I've been thinking, which I might actually need your help with, I might be trying to get them to make a device that lets me differentiate visual ether and like the like what you would call your key.
So it's allowing you to be able to see it, quote unquote, in a similar way to how I could see Vex's earlier today.
Yeah, because I imagine like a bit like magic, it'll be the same material, but it'll be different for each person.
It's very similar. Like you would quote understand this. You've mentioned this weave before.
Yeah.
Is that like where your magic comes from? It's that from what you described. That sounds similar to Key in the sense that it's kind of interwreathed into everything, and it's just learning how to tap into it and draw on its power is what gives you your strength.
Mm-hmm.
In my case, it augments everything that I can do naturally: jumping, running, punching, things like that. In your case, you get to cast spells with it.
Yeah.
At least that's the logic that I'm drawing with it from what little I know about magic. I'm trying to make it familiar by getting references to what I already know.
Also, I think that this plan is better than invisibility, because if anyone does notice us, then that's far more worrying.
Okay.
Yeah, if someone could see us in this, what I can assume is the ghost world or something,
Yeah.
something like that.
Ghostland.
Yeah, if anyone can see this, that's they must be powerful in some way, shape, or form. And I don't think anyone in my clan should be able to do that. Best case scenario, someone might be able to see something that's invisible, like what I can.
So you guys head downstairs during the
Yes.
night.
Yeah, but not to the point, not like for a long time, to the point where we're gonna like run out of like a long rest sort of situation.
Yeah. You're not staying down too long.
Yeah,
So
just
you're in the
listening on
staircase.
conversations.
The door to the room where the meeting is happening is here.
He's in the ethereal plane. Doesn't need to sneak. Still sneaks. Still tippy toes and like hugs the wall and stuff.
Goes to hug the
do
wall,
you-
falls through it.
Do you
Oh, God,
do you
oh,
go?
God damn it!
Do you try and move through the wall, or do you like just sort of listen from the other side of the wall?
If he like goes to hug the wall and then falls through, he'll go and then just just stick his face through the wall.
Sure, you stick your face through the wall, and you see a bunch of like messengers from some of the other core clans. Vassal is currently talking to them, and Jerez is sort of sitting in as like the eldest member of the clan.
Take it, that's him.
Yeah, that's Vassal.
I was gonna say that's much more fitting of a picture of someone who's like big chief, like strong boy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And he's currently just sort of chatting to them about how like you can trust us again, like Colt's gone, we'll never produce anyone from our clan that will like do anything like that ever again. And hopefully this'll like go some way to like bridging our relationship back together with the rest of the core tribes.
Again, Colt is just like his face is all scrunched up in a confused state where he's just like, he's in his head, he's just thinking, it's been 2 years. Have they not moved past this? I mean, I know that Sareth was a hefty loss, but it's not like they knew him that personally.
The other core tribes are like they seem a little apprehensive, but seem relatively fine. They're just a bit scared of anyone who could like murder a chief leader and still be missing. They really want to know where Colt is, so he can face justice for the things he's done.
Even though he's done nothing, but at the same time, he's like, I would like to prove that I didn't do it, but that's 2 years in the past. Trail's cold. Don't know who actually did do it.
Then, in the middle of the meeting, a scream comes from another room, and everybody sort of quickly gathers together. And goes to investigate.
So Sunya will make the gesture of like, shall we?
Court's already going.
Shall we? And he just walks to the wall. That's a yes.
And they arrive and they open a door and immediately see a dead body. It seems that someone has been killed, and their body is covered in lightning marks and bruises.
And Colt is just getting the whole freaking flashbacks of, oh, this shit again.
That everyone in the clan's like, oh my god, maybe he's back. And Jerez is like, it's really awkward. I kind of have to tell him Colt's here, but Colt couldn't have done this. He's in his room upstairs. And like Jerez will go off at this point and like go upstairs. While the rest of them start examining the body.
In that case, Colt will use his maximum speed. He'll like tell Sunya, give me like 2 seconds and then switch the spell off. And he'll just use
not exactly a switch off. Sunya will say she's going to stay here and give you the amulet and tell you to use it to tell him what's happening.
Doesn't that require like an intelligence check to work?
True. Okay,
Fuck.
I'll come with then. I forgot about that.
Jerez is real fast.
And I
He
was, I mean, he's ill as well, but at the same time,
yeah
yeah,
And
he's fast, but he's not like
he is
cold
panicked.
sprinting.
can
He like-
Sonya plane shift you to the material plane in your room?
he bursts into this room with Fume. So actually no, he wouldn't. He would burst into Colt's room. And be
Nah,
like,
but do we get there? Do we get there first if we're like just plane shift to
Sonya,
there
roll
or
me,
sprint?
Sonya, roll me an initiative against Jerez.
Okie dokie. Boop. Strong number. Some may call it the strongest.
Well, make that a 20 because Coulter give you his 18.
Jerez got a 32
Seriously?
Yeah,
by rolling a natural 20.
fuck you and your fortunes, apparently.
He arrives and finds your room empty, and then a few moments later, okay, Sonia, do you teleport back to your room or to Colt's room?
I'm probably Colt's room if I was following him running.
Sure, you
He like
you
runs off and
teleport-
I'm like, wait, no, I need to be with you to
In that case, you'll just be like, if he finds me in your room, that'll be technically better.
Okay.
So do you
Exit
teleport back to your room?
room.
Do you teleport to your room or Colt's room?
Mine then.
Yours then. Got it.
Yeah, because if he finds me with you guys, he'll just think, well, we've just grouped up.
He will
This way we've...
he will be in some amount of distress. Seeing Colt not in bed, chilling.
Yeah, but will he not like go looking around the other doors, like where
yeah,
other people have gone?
He'll start searching. He'll first check Fireball's room. Doesn't see a Colt. He'll start running around.
Excellent. Low wisdom roll. Fume. If a person comes, just tell them we've been making out.
Okay.
That was the low wisdom roll.
He then like bursts in, and is like,
Pulls up blanket.
Yeah, Cold visibly jumps.
uh,
Hey, what the
They've
hell?
been making out.
Fume, please, no. Erez, what's...
there's
mean
been a
you've missed-
murder.
And then,
Oh.
like, not wanting to, like, look too, like, actory, he's just like, show me.
Roll me performance. You two.
Oh.
Do I give
Sonya
them
and-
advantage for my they
Sure.
were making out?
You can give advantage to them because Fume was back in that. Perez might just think Fume's real fucking weird and likes to watch.
That's a spicy meatball.
So
I
he
am real
he
fucking
so
weird.
He either calls bullshit or he goes, wow, you two are really frazzled. One of the
He'll
two.
be calling some bullshit. He correctly thinks that you guys are like you're both wearing just your normal everyday clothes. You look really panicked, and it does not look like you have been in bed at all.
I would like to roll deception for they've totally been making out.
Sure, roll deception. In spite of their terrible performance, just
God.
he's calling such bullshit on all of this.
No, don't look, I'm naked, holding up blanket. But like totally clothes, wearing big massive hat.
Can actually see like the collar of your hood from the blanket, and he's just like, "Oh, this is cool. I want to believe you, but you're making it really hard on me, buddy."
Look, you know just as well as everybody else that I've been up here since we got shown up here. Just tell me what's happened.
As-
what's your version of events from your perspective?
I was in a room downstairs. We all heard a scream, and there was a dead body.
Wait, there was a scream?
Yeah.
I mean,
Huh.
from up here, I probably couldn't hear it.
But the dead body had lightning marks, and it looked like they'd been punched.
Court like winces, and he's just like, "Ugh."
So I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not looking good.
Sonia will
Who
be.
were they? Why would I just target some rando? Think about that.
And I know, I
What
know you,
reasoning is
Cole.
there?
I know you, Cole, and I know you never do anything like this.
No,
I mean, who were
actually,
they? Were they one of ours or somebody else?
this
They
Were
were
they
a
one of the
servant.
staff here?
this might be a good thing
How?
because it kind of confirms that whoever did it previously is still here. Because
Were they
I
having
know
a
you.
vendetta? Like,
Yeah, I know you
Some
didn't
kind.
do it. Therefore, I know the person who did do it is here. The only reason that they would do it at this time, in this specific way, is against you. So, that
so who else? Who
Yeah.
else wasn't in the room with you, Harris, when you heard the scream?
Nearly everyone in the clan was out of the room. It was only me and Vassal at the time, and 2 servants were there, and all of the core representatives from the other clans were there.
This definitely just screams vendetta to me. But that's, my outlook on things. You can believe that if you want.
Anyway, I suspect the guards will be here soon to cordon off the house, but since it's late at night, we'll probably have a rest while some people show up to investigate in the morning.
Look,
But-
nobody probably wants me to be in there, but they don't know who Sonia is, and Sonia's much, and I mean way better at like magical analysis than anyone I've ever known. She could take a look at it and probably figure out how specifically the lightning was produced, if it was magic, if it was key, and if it was from like an actual fighter or if it was from 2 people. She could probably figure out anything. So maybe just let her in. Again, nobody knows who Sonia is.
I mean, yeah, now's the time. It's just everybody's around the body, and they don't know. Vassal doesn't know that you guys are really here, which complicates the matter. He then
Surely he will. News travels fast, especially in our circles.
He'll then cough up some blood, and he'll be like, "Yeah, we should tell him about this. Let's gather people up and tell him."
And
But-
Sonia, if you're willing, maybe take a look at the scene. Please.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm just like, yeah, as you said, I'm just thinking about the different things that you suggested.
Sure, you'll gather everybody up and take them downstairs. So Fume, would you like to come? And Fireball, would you like to come?
I mean, is Colt even allowed, or is Harris just like, no, you stay upstairs?
Hera's would be like, look, if you go downstairs, Vassal will 100% accuse you of this crime. I know
Yeah.
he will.
Which is why Colt's like, do you really want me going down there?
I don't think it'll be great. I think it's better if we just bring the others and say they're adventurers that we get hired to help, and you should just stay up here. If no one ever finds out,
I come down and argue my case.
yeah. could that
Fireball
just
go down.
prevail? Let's hope justice prevails.
You know what? I'm gonna go down and argue my case if everyone else thinks that's a good idea. I don't think it is, but
No,
It's up to
Fireball. Fireball coming looking bleary eyed. I don't think it is.
Fume, are you gonna come down as well? Harold is also like lying. Where were you guys, by the way, before we go down there?
Okay, do you want the truth or the truth?
Tell me the truth.
We were watching you.
Okay.
yeah, Sonia has that kind of magic. You can just be in a room and you don't even know we're there. Colt will actually quote some of what they were saying about, okay, Colt's gone, which means that we would never, which means that there's not going to be no more killings, and we won't like intentionally train somebody to do that sort of thing. He'll quote them and just be like, "How would I know that they said that if I wasn't there? And if I was there, how could I do the killing?"
Hence my prior statement of being absolutely certain it couldn't have been Cold.
Okay, so you two were with each other, like using magic to spy on us?
Yes.
To be honest, I was just curious about how the other clans were doing, and I just wanted to hear the way things were at the moment. But I understood that they probably wouldn't want me there, so I asked for a little bit of magical assistance. It was purely curiosity, nothing accusatory. It was just wanting to know how things are at the moment. That's all it was.
Okay. So, Fume, are you coming along? Graham?
Do you want me there?
I mean,
You're being asked, would you like to come to the crime
Fume
scene?
has no opinion on this and is just asking, do you want me to come?
Hezra will turn to you guys.
yeah, she's a bit out of sorts at the minute, so it's kind of difficult. I mean, you can come along because then they at least know you exist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
G stands up and is like, and if things go wrong, you can ask me to burn things down now.
Please don't burn things down.
You all arrive as the other core are sort of like milling about in the corridor, talking about like who could have done it, and they'd be talking to these two servants who they know didn't commit the murder and sending them off to like make sure no one leaves, go secure the exits, go like get another servant and send them for the guard. Actually, get another trustworthy servant to stay watch
And
and send another one to the guards.
if they see Colt and they recognize him and they immediately try to call him out, he's just going to give them the whole quote them to them for what they said in the room earlier. And it was like,
Well,
if I heard that, how could I do this?
100%. They would, if they saw you, they'd be like, arrest that traitor.
And then would, like I just said, pose that argument. Just be like, how? Ask yourself that.
Some of them seem a bit shaken by that, but others are like, they could just be lying though. What if he was just?
How can you
spying-
lie quoting somebody to themselves? How do you do that?
What if he was just spying on us with magic? What if his accomplice, the wizard, was spying on them with magic while Colt was doing the crime?
It wasn't me. I only know fire magic. Shut up.
No, the purple one. What if the one dressed in purple was spying on us while you were doing the crime?
I wasn't doing the crime.
Sonia would turn to Cold and be like, to be fair to them, they're not wrong. That is a possibility. I mean, obviously we know what happened, but
Yeah,
give them the benefit of the doubt of that their thoughts are correct in their suspicions.
but then you also have the motive question of why would I want to know what was happening in that room? I want to know what's happening to my home clans in my homeland. It's only natural. That's why but I understand that you didn't want me there, so I used a little bit of magical assistance to hear. I was totally preoccupied with everything that you guys were doing when we heard the scream.
Well, soon clear all of this up when we ask the person themselves.
Colt just like starts cracking his nuts. He's like, if I find who actually did this, whew, I'm gonna have to try real hard to not glass floor this whole building because
Vassal
I'm
will
gonna hit them
eventually
real hard when I find them.
Vassal will eventually finish casting a spell and restore the soldier to life.
Okay, at that point, Colt will easily recognize what that is because Sonya's done that a whole bunch. Ra can do that as well, and he's just like gives Sonya a nudge and just like mouths the words, "He shouldn't be able to do that."
Sonya just like knowingly nods.
The soldier will then, when questioned, the soldier will simply remark that he didn't see his attacker. They snuck up behind him and just. Last thing he could remember, he was just milling about in like the kitchen, and then suddenly, like he felt a sharp pain in the back of his head, as he felt something hit it, and then he was just blackness after that.
So they put him down and then zapped him. That doesn't sound like what I do at all.
Like, it's hard for him to recall, but his body is covered in lightning scars at this point, and it does look like they emanate from the places where he's got bruises.
Am I able to discern whether these markings are of a magical sort or not?
Yeah, you can start examining this guy.
Yeah. Which guy is it specifically?
It's this one, the
Okay.
one here.
I'll walk over and eye him closely, specifically.
Roll me Arcana. It's really hard to tell. You would guess, like, if it were possible, it is no longer possible to tell because whatever faint traces of any sort of magic that would have been used on him, through attacks, have just been covered up by another much more powerful spell completely overriding those traces. You would guess it's the raised dead that was cast on him.
Sonya would make a suggestion of like, what you should do, you should go check on everyone else to make sure everyone else is okay, because we've only seen a couple of the, what was it you said there was, were people who work here.
There's a couple of the staff that we've seen, and then there's the rest of my clan that we haven't seen yet.
Exactly.
Where's everyone else?
We should make sure they're all safe.
Also,
Where's J, Bob, and Vex? Where are they gone?
Sure. Vexel is currently just chilling in this room here, up top, north of where you are. It seems he fell asleep, reading up about lightning and cut. Like, you would guess once he learned that you were all lightning fighty, he's immediately started looking up lightning and how it works so that he can beat you. But he's currently just asleep, with his face on a book about lightning.
Also, Cold.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is it with these people being wizard races?
Sorry.
Uh,
Well, we're a bunch of simple folk, Fireball. We don't. Actually, he like leaned down like next to you, like cross-legged, and well, like whisper to you. Ordinarily, we're not used to like powerful magic and things, but then, and he nods at Vazel. Know what I mean? And he gives you like a sort of knowing look. Do you know what I mean? Nods,
So
nods.
he's the one responsible for wizard racism.
I mean,
Vasil's
he didn't get it.
Vasil's 100% on the Cole. We should just arrest Cole. He's guilty of 2 crimes now.
I'm not letting you arrest him.
That's for the gods to decide. But I know he's guilty.
How do the other
That's
2 people
for me
respond?
to decide whether I'm letting you arrest him or not.
The person in this room, who is which one is he?
What's your name again?
I don't know. This one's Jay. This one is Vexel. Vexel's been Jay's been chilling in the library. Vexel's been chilling in the storeroom. Both were just asleep in there. And Bab is he was sitting quietly with the servant, just chatting about. Well, the servant was chatting. He was sort of intently listening at the time because again can't speak. But they like the servant is just like reading books to him and stuff.
Perhaps you should wake up your friends to.
Colt will make a point of him waking them up because if it was him, he wouldn't want them waking up and knowing. But it wasn't him, so he's like, then I do want them to wake up and know what's happening.
Also, there's potentially, be
Jay's-
it you or not, there's someone dangerous close by.
Jay is like, oh, not again.
I know, right?
We've been through this rigmarole once. I'm not losing you again. Vexel is like, I know you would never stoop so low. You would never betray our rivalry like that. And then Bab would silently stand there, but like look to you concerned.
Bab can communicate with his fellow cores because cores have sign language, and he
Yeah.
uses that.
He would communicate with you basically just going like, I know it's not you, friendship.
Yeah.
And then the people from upstairs.
Well, Colt would generally to Arthur and just be like, yeah, well, they're trapped in this building now. We'll get them this time. I really want to give whoever's done this really want to give them what for.
Hang on, I'm just gathering everyone from upstairs.
A good old Colt brand butt kicking.
Gathering all the servants from upstairs. And the noble himself.
And then just randomly Agatha Christie out of nowhere.
Ah,
Yep.
Inspector Poirot, you've arrived just in time.
These two servants
There's a lanky fella with messy hair and a brown trench coat and a brown suit next to him as well, just going, ooh, murder mystery.
I will repeat myself only once.
Okay, I think I'm done with this scene. Hey, but one more thing.
Yeah, but one more thing. Did you kill him? Well, you lure them into a false sense of security and then nail them with a question. Is this the point where everyone goes around and gets interviewed by somebody? An invigilator?
Like, some guards have been sent for, but they'll say that, no one will, be here until morning to start the investigation. But we've just got to make sure nobody leaves, so everyone will be confined to the largest room. And all of the other cores, except for your clansman Colt, will want you to, people to keep an eye on you, and for you to wear some restraints.
I mean, you can you can have the guards keep their blades on me, but restraints aren't going to do anything. I'll tell you that now.
They
Just-
still
should
feel
just
more
totally be-
comfortable
Oh,
with
okay,
you
if it makes you feel
wearing-
comfy. If it makes you feel comfy, fine.
Sure, they slap some manacles on you, and everyone will.
Again, he's like trying to put the effort in to make them just like, not see him as the killer. He's like, look, I'm just doing this for your benefit.
Everyone will move over to this room. As people, as you can like resume your long rest now if you wish. Because most people will start settling down for the night again with like
Might as well Colt will just sit cross-legged on a chair thing with two guards, I presume, with their blades on them.
with people taking watches. So
Yeah, Fireball will sleep in the corner here.
no one tries anything. And eventually the next day rolls around, one long rest later.
Okay, cool. I get to go down to 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yay!
I've only got disadvantage on ability checks and half speed.
You'll catch up soon. And then get a load more.
Yeah, because we might be fighting the black fire thing after this whole arc.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fireball stay when he wakes up. Fireball will stay right next to Cold.
Colt gives you like a fond smile, like, cheers, buddy.
Fireball will say, if they try anything, I'm not holding back.
I appreciate the sentiment, buddy, but hopefully that won't be needed. Hopefully justice will come through as it usually should and does. And then when we find out who's actually framing me for these things, then you can not hold back.
A bunch of guards will show up.
As they come in, Fireball will be like, it would help if they weren't wizard races, though.
And they'll start taking statements from like everybody and asking you where you were at what time and the time of the murder, and one will go and investigate the crime scene.
And again, Colt will like exercise the whole eavesdropping on the conversation, so had to be there, and then we'll like get them to ask Jerez what was said in that conversation in that room to like back check it.
They'll also ask for a list of abilities that people have.
Fireball will tell them that he was having a rather raunchy dream about fire elementals.
Do you all openly and honestly say give them a rundown of what things you can do?
Yeah,
Or-
Colt to like hold up his manacled hands and just squeeze his fists and let a little bit of lightning crackle around them, and he goes, "This is mainly why they think it's me. It's not, but that's why they think it's me. This be what I do."
Okay, do you have any other abilities that would let you conceal crimes, like they're just going through the checklist? Can you, like a phase spider, can you jump into the like ethereal plane to get away quickly?
I can't do that. I can't do that specifically.
These are questions they're just posing to everyone.
Yeah.
Can you like
Yeah.
stop time?
They're
Can
like-
you like
Sun Yan responds to that one. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, yes.
can you
Yes.
modify memories? Can you do
Yes.
this? Oh,
Yes.
alright. Can you control fate?
Sometimes.
Hmm.
Oh, that's
Do you have
hilarious.
any lightning magic?
I don't often use it, but I can.
Do you have any magic that would bludgeon someone?
Oh,
I'm a-
definitely.
Weirdly enough, Colt, while the other core are mostly suspicious of you, Sonia is like when you see one of the guards sort of like rankings of prime suspects, Sonia is weirdly their prime suspect, in your second place.
And yeah,
What-
but Colt is like, it can't be her because she was helping me do the eavesdropping.
This is true. They're like taking statements from everyone, but like just the physical capability for getting away with the crime. Like they're establishing means right now.
Yeah,
I like to think that Sonya's just making it worse for her in an attempt to make it better for Colt. And it's like, when she's alone in the room and they're like, okay, could you do this? And she'd be like, yeah, actually. So one of the things you didn't think of is a lot of people who can cast like high magic can create doubles of themselves. So the fact that I was watching the thing technically doesn't mean that I couldn't have also done it.
So it's not your. So what you're saying is it's not an alibi.
No, it's an alibi for
good.
Colt.
Right.
But technically, I mean, I know it makes Macy more guilty, but to be honest, you're more better off just knowing as much as you can.
They were
You
both making out in the room.
I love
God,
the idea of it just like smash jump cutting the fume, and that's
Yeah.
the only thing she says.
Like they're taking you each out individually for different things, and like, but both of them said that they were like in another dimension, eavesdropping on the conversation. And do you just stick to they were making out?
I just keep saying they were making out in the room.
And what were you doing at the time?
I was also making out in the room.
Looking at the wall, it seemed relatively interesting.
Okay. Can anyone verify this?
I mean, they were
The
both
prank.
making out, so they weren't paying attention to me.
Okay. Can you produce lightning, or are you particularly strong, or produce any form of large amounts of blunt force trauma?
I mostly regained the ability to make fire after eating some fire elementals recently, and then having my soul split in half.
Okay.
But
That
now-
sounds like a
like,
different
these-
crime.
These gods are gonna find our group to be such a mindfuck. Jesus.
I do have the ability once a day to cast a spell that could be lightning or bludgeoning, like one or the other.
Okay, so you could do one or the other, but not both at the same time.
As far as I'm aware, that is the case. But mostly I do fire.
Got it.
I like start producing fire. I'm like, look, it's fun. I was producing water until my soul got split in half.
Oh, okay.
You may have heard
Got
of the famous magical girl water that was such a hit sensation.
Never heard of that. Not once.
It made me a lot of money.
Got it.
I'm rich.
Nice.
So I have come to the conclusion. While all of the evidence from the people points to Colt, all of the evidence that Sonya has provided about herself proves that it is probably her.
Okay, immediately, a lot of the guards can eliminate most of the servants because, like, they
None of them
physically
can do it.
can't produce, like, having looked at them with various forms of magical detection and people who are really good at telling, like, people's abilities, they know that none of them can produce any form of lightning attack. Obviously, the victim's wounds were not self-inflicted, so the victim is also clear of this crime.
No, I think he did it to himself.
You know, fuck. What was I just? You know how come I just said like this, said that Sonya was using like powerful magic to, like, spy on them from the ethereal plane, and then Colt is like, yeah, exactly. So she was too busy concentrating on that to do anything. Do they like actively mention her just being a powerful spellcaster to him, or do they keep everything segmented off?
I mean, they don't like they're interrogating you guys. They're not like they don't really answer any of your questions particularly.
Oh no, like I'm not saying Colt was being asked a question, more like Colt just going, "Oh, I was in the room," and then they go, "How?" And he's like, "Well, Sonya's a powerful spellcaster. She was helping me do that by, being there with me."
Yeah.
So I can't do that, but Sonya's able to do things like that. She can do all kinds of different things, but again, was helping me be in that room.
Cole
And-
comes
and then-
upon
So
it.
he's trying to cover her as well, and saying, "Look, she was helping me.
in
But
order
all
of
I was doing was eavesdropping. That's the only thing I'm guilty of."
Well, eventually, this guy will return and say that he did find, upon investigating the crime scene, he did find a stone that produces electricity.
Yeah.
So the new criteria is anyone who can produce a lot of blunt force trauma.
Looks around
is
at all
ve-
the muscly people.
Yeah, pretty much everyone here. But then Colt is just like, Colt's just like, can you not get like fingerprints or anything on that? See if
Look,
anyone specific has handled it.
What's a fingerprint?
technically
Yeah, what's a
have no
fingerprint?
I first of all, I have no
I'm too used.
fingerprint.
I'm too used to this being a Spelljammer.
Yeah, you've landed on a planet where it's like normal D&D, and everyone's just like,
Colt will generalize and just be like, "Do you have any means of figuring out if anyone specific has handled it?"
no, we have like divination technology. We'll get our best wizard on this.
First of all,
Colt just gestures at Sonya. Way a better divination person than you've probably got.
She is a suspect in this case.
first of all,
She's actually our prime suspect in this case.
Nods.
Why?
Nods aggressively.
I mean, even at the very least, she might be an accomplice because she does have the magical know-how to make this stone.
hello.
Yes?
I'm also a wizard here.
Yes, and we're getting to you, but you don't have the means.
How do you know? I know powerful people.
Yeah,
Are you being wizard racist?
when we interviewed you, you said you didn't have any major blunt force trauma attacks, and so we had someone analyze you, and as it turns out, you're incredibly physically weak. And
Hey! I know a guy.
and have like no lightning based attacks.
As far as you know.
Yes, we had someone analyze you. You don't have any.
I'll analyze you in a minute.
Okay, good for you. So
I'll intensely stare at him.
Fireball has also been eliminated as a potential suspect. The Noble is also eliminated as, while he does know some magic, he doesn't have any way to produce the blunt force trauma. But he's not ruled out as an accomplice. So, yeah.
If he tried to punch somebody, he'd probably just break his wrist.
Actually, neither is Fireball, at least as an accomplice, because he could have made the stone theoretically. Sonya is both capable of the crime
And apparently
could have made
willing?
yeah. Also, every one of the cores. Actually, in order of suspicion, it probably goes here. Yeah.
Because Colt has the capability of doing it, but is not smart enough to get away with it. They're like,
Yeah,
I think
but-
it's kind of simple.
They think if you did it, you either had help, or potentially you just got
then
lucky.
but then they're
'Cause-
like, why the stone though? Because then he wouldn't need that.
Yeah,
Lightning's his whole gimmick.
this is true. But you could have planted it there to throw off the case. But again, they don't know. They're just saying that you could have done it because, again,
Yeah.
at this point, they're not establishing motive or anything.
Yeah.
Just who has the means.
Fireball will say out loud, look, if anyone here was going to if any of my party specifically was going to commit a crime, they would do it properly and kill everybody.
As
And
much
here-
as much as it's probably going to incriminate us further, that's technically not untrue. If we got upset at somebody and decided that they needed, if any of us got upset at somebody and decided they needed to end, just an all-out explosion of our abilities would probably end this whole area.
And then Fume is in the could have made the stone, so maybe an accomplice section. So basically, we have the innocent over here, the potential accomplices, the potential. These people are less likely because they were in another room when it happened, but some of them possess abilities that could have attacked them while that was happening, hypothetically. Particularly the spellcaster up here, who they're actually pretty suspicious of. But
Is that Vasil?
yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say because he's
And then of
demonstrating magical abilities that Colt was just like, hey, you shouldn't have that.
and then of course it's the monks, who it's like,
All the
you know,
punchy boys.
yeah, who would have needed an accomplice, but yeah. And then in terms of motive, nearly everyone except in terms of motive, Fume, Fireball, actually Fume and Sonya are probably almost immediately eliminated.
But I
Speaking
give you
speaking
so
of,
many reasons to believe it was me.
speaking
Uh,
of, what have they said about the victim? Where's the victim? Where's he gone?
he's just standing in the corner. They know he's innocent because his wounds weren't self-inflicted, and they've interviewed him.
Yeah, but it's more of a case of who is he?
Oh,
Why is he relevant to anybody here?
it's this guy. He's a guard hired by the local noble. Uh, they think that a few of the detectives are considering multiple different angles. Some of them believe that you are a psychopath liar who has returned and come to try and ruin this core clan's reputation, and you're just very good at lying. Others believe that uh Vassal did this, and it's to try and frame you and get you arrested. One guy does in fact.
What if they zone of truth to all of where? In which case, they probably would have just went, "How do you know the suspects?"
Wow, that's what I
One
was
of
thinking. Good job. I'm pat Colt on head.
one of them also believes that Sonya just wants to be guilty of this crime, but is clearly not.
He's like, she's clearly just bullshitting us.
So they will put everybody under a zone of truth.
Can you control fate? Sonya's like, yes, and they're like, oh, it's this bullshit. There's no fucking way she can do all the things she says.
Fireball will try and resist the zone of truth.
Roll me a wisdom save. Everybody who wants to resist, roll me a wisdom save.
Colt is going to make a big show of just going, yep, sure, do it, so you know that I'm definitely telling the truth. Go for it.
Yeah,
27.
you're willing.
Ask me the most embarrassing question you could think of.
We had sex last Tuesday.
Interesting. Okay.
Didn't say who with.
I said we.
I mean, I hate saying this because it's the normal. Actually, a person does know if their spell doesn't affect someone.
Yeah. The only way that would be the case is if, you tricked them somehow. Because there are a couple of magical ways of tricking people into, thinking that your spell affected someone when it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly through
Oh, Fireball's not
pretty
hiding.
strong illusion magic. Fume... is anyone trying to resist? It's a wisdom save. Oh, Fireball saves. They know that you can lie about whatever you want.
Yeah, and that's when he blurted out that we had sex.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're gonna ask you to cooperate, or it will be classed as obstruction of justice.
Thumbs up.
Again, from
Fireball.
Okay.
It's mostly addressed to Fireball because he is resisting.
I mean,
it is a crime to resist currently.
I'm I will cooperate.
Sure, so you choose to fail the zone of truth.
No.
Then you
BRB.
are not cooperating?
I will answer your questions, but I will not fail.
That they just if you've got like nothing to hide, you shouldn't care. Look, we're not gonna ask you anything.
The cops
per-
fallacy.
we're not gonna ask you anything personal. We're just gonna ask you things pertaining to the case.
Look, just because I know where the Ring of Fire is.
What's that? I don't care.
He knows where the precious is.
Just please put yourself under the zone of truth. Or you will be charged with obstruction of justice.
Okay, I'll fail.
Sure.
First thing they do is
They'll-
like, right, now we can prove it. You, young lady, are those things you said before true? Yes. Oh.
Second thing, Sonia, did you commit the crime?
Oh, that's no fun. I have to tell you, I didn't.
There you go.
That's No, you're supposed to ask things that still maybe make me sound like I could have done it.
No, this is a much more efficient investigative strategy.
It is, yes.
Colt.
Uh,
They'll then come to
I
you.
don't know if he's back yet. He said he'd be back in a
Alright,
second.
sure. They'll go around. They'll start by clearing just all of the commoners to begin with. They'll then ask if any of the potential accomplices made the stone. Fume, did you make the stone?
What stone?
They show you a stone that crackles with electricity.
No.
Cool. Same to you, Fireball.
I did not make the stone. I did not kill that specific person over
Got
there.
it. Moving.
I also think that that Colt did not kill that person.
The noble will confess to creating the stone, but it's just a personal object that he owns. He hadn't used it for anything malicious. He just used it as like a fire starter, effectively, for the kitchen.
Can I insight that?
You can, but he is under
11.
the effects of a zone of truth.
Yeah, back again, and yeah, he's under a zone of truth, so that kind of checks.
So, he then starts to move to the next crowd of people.
Cool. They were
And
real
then-
nasty. They made me admit I didn't do it.
All of a sudden, that guy falls dead.
Eh?
Blink of an eye, he just falls dead. He is covered in bruises and lightning marks.
You guys all saw that, right? I did not move. I'm still shackled.
Everybody is...
Also, can Court zap over here as fast as he can? To the point where he turns into lightning and the shackles just clang against the ground. He's like, "Told you it wouldn't work, but still." And his mentality is his blind sight will reveal anyone who's invisible here.
Cool. Colt, looking around, you see no one, and I think that is a good point to end the session.
Oh my
course
god,
not.
I didn't even realize it was that late.
Right. Yeah.
The murder mystery has begun.
Murder mystery! Yay! Yeah, Andrew, when I'm in the Wednesday game, this is the sort of shit you're gonna have to put up with. Is
Yeah, this is
fucking
great.
long-winded, complicated backstories with NPCs in it.
It's great, but I'm hating this because I'm actually having to use my brain.
Again,
Great.
again, that's what you got to look forward to.
Yeah. I don't
On-
use my brain. I only blast.
On the other hand, it's like I left loads of blanks in the backstory for like the DM to just do what they want with, which is what I just do in general when it's like when it's a character for like a long-term campaign. I'm just like, right, I'll leave that as an unknown, that as an unknown, and the DM can do whatever they want.
I was also very tempted to just start blasting, do a Danny DeVito.
I mean, hey, if you
Anyway,
just
it's
like
not bad.
if you murder just like everyone and burn the entire house down, you might catch the killer. Who knows?
Yeah, like if I do
I
an
mean,
area effect that like covers every single person in the building, then that
Well,
should
If you
kill.
get back in your spaceship and you glass floor the continent, you'll definitely get them.
I mean, I have an ability that covers an entire mile.
True.
Sadly, I'm neutral now, so it's like I can't even. That.
I mean, hey, technically, if you just glass floor the continent and then you go to the astral sea and then glass floor the continent and then you go to the ethereal plane and then you glass floor the continent, you'll definitely get them.
Yeah, but that's like setting fire to your house to kill one spider.
Yeah.
Which is always worth it.
I mean, yeah, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Also, they're massive wizard races.
Is wizard a race?
No,
No,
but
it's a job.
Do they hate
No, but
wizards?
They're prejudiced
Also, no.
towards magic users.
Wizard phobia.
They just don't
Yes,
understand
arcane
wizards.
phobia.
It's most accurate.
it's a race in fireballs.
Oh, also, I love how I just have unequivocal evidence that it wasn't a cult. But I'm like, best not show that.
But yeah. I'm
Best
gonna head
not.
off. Good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Lightning and
See you
mystery,
next time.
probably, maybe? Yes.
That's why I was like, that's probably